Welcome back once again to my favorite game in the world, Pea Shooter. Guys, I'm starting to get worried that all of you are slightly going insane because I asked for 2.5 thousand likes last week and you got 4,000 likes in a few hours. And I also noticed a couple of you were complaining about how short these videos are, being under 10 minutes or whatever. So today I am playing the whole of World 3. Yeah, that's right, we're doing it all in one go. So if I don't see 5,000 likes in this video, I am not finishing this series. I am working overtime for you guys. But quickly before we get into the chaos, amazing deal alert. I have now lowered the prices of my Patreon tiers for you guys to get all of these awesome features available for supporting me. Like watching all of these videos you guys love before anyone else, getting exclusive update vlogs and editing behind the scenes to help you learn how to become an awesome video guy like me, and even end of video credits after all of my videos as a way to show my appreciation for your support. So if you're interested in supporting me, click the link in the description or otherwise just enjoy the video. Moving aside my shameless plug, level 1 of the world of the 3 is next. Not before my daily login reward though. Yippee! Somehow we've actually managed to complete this whole week's worth of rewards, giving us the final prize of melon. 8 melons to be exact. But at least we can now upgrade melon pulp to level 3. That way I won't be underpowered. Entering the first level, wait, whoa, they actually changed what this world looks like. It seems like we're now in some nighttime levels of the game. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I wanted to switch up my strategy a little bit. A whole new line of defense. And by that, I mean copying what my viewers did. A couple of you mentioned that Electro P is actually surprisingly good, despite when I last used him, he decided to just kill everything. But by translating this text, his description tells me that he actually gets stronger for every plant he kills. Why? This doesn't make his case any better. This makes Froglight seem even more like he's a zombie spy. Regardless, I built a setup around Frog Gun, including this greasy McDonald's pea shooter, as well as these 3 dudes. Check me out. This guy kills people and becomes powerful. Lobotomy mine dies, but then respawns in an hour or so. Froglight then gon' kill him again and again. He'll keep on going till he devour 'em all. This meta actually works really well, with the windmill holding back the horde, whilst Electro P slowly powers up after carelessly massacring his potato pals. But this strategy managed to get us all the way to the end, and we beat the level. In level 2, I tried the same thing, but then the zombies ate everything and the game crashed. So I instead went for the ultimate P, ultimate tree, Jinx from Arcane. Wait, hold the phone. When did you get here? Why are you here? So Jinx, who seemingly fell into a slushy machine, has this rocket gun thing, but seemingly counts towards Torchwood's double damage ability. This seems broken. Also, I can't remember when, but Bob now has hot sauce, and if you decide to play this game, make sure your volume is turned down because it literally cut itself off. But the strategy worked and we moved on to level 3. I think you can tell that I began to go insane in this level as I thought 2 windmills are better than 1. But apparently that wasn't enough for those goddamn imps. Despite having a whole wind farm, the zombies still came too close, so I had to pull out the super ice cream machine.
Bro, I'm doing an interview. Why are you always on your phone?
Oh, bro, my bad. I'm on talking to my girl right now.
Hey, I girlfriend.
This is my baby for real.
What is happening? But after activating the super tornado, they told me I won the level early anyway. Why do you keep doing this, pea shooter? However, at this point in the game, I was getting really tired. What even is there left to do? I feel underpowered in every level. The imps seem to always kick my ass and destroy my whole lineup unless I watch mind-numbing ads. And I don't even know what anything does in this game without Google Translate telling me that somehow Goku increases the chances of salmon glasses ice cream cone. What does that mean, Goku? So in my times of troubles, I once again returned to my comments, where apparently I somehow missed out on an update 3 weeks ago which included English translations. What? Should we tell him that there's an English version? Yes, you should tell me. I've been painstakingly translating every word in this game just to try and understand what's going on, all for the developer to make an English version out of the blue. Now, I'm not saying I'm the one who encouraged Domineering Game to make an English version. I also noticed that the game has over 1,000 more downloads since I first covered the game on YouTube. I'm just saying. But I installed the update and immediately opening the game, oh my goodness. This feels wrong, to be honest. I now know what everything says. No longer will I struggle with translating everything myself. Finally understanding... Wait, what the hell does flare mean? Attack increase? Wait. What? No, wait a minute. Does this seriously mean every time I buy this fireball JPEG, I suddenly do more damage against all zombies? Are you seriously telling me all those ads I watched could have been avoided by just leveling up in this whole section of the game I ignored because I don't know how to read Chinese? After nearly losing my mind, realizing how much easier my life could have been, I randomly clicked on the plant section and spray peas? What? That's its real name? Thorn. Seriously? Sharp tooth flower? Sir, that is no flower. Anyway, entering level 4, my whole world changed. Every plant suddenly told me what abilities it had. Yeah, I know, these guys have actual abilities. Spray peas... Ugh, it just feels wrong calling him that. Spray peas buffs other shooter plants by 20%. Thorn causes zombies to take 100% damage every second. So what, they just insta-die? And watermelon cannon does nothing. He's just chill like that, I guess. So as I was making my first windmill, I mean Dragon Scroll Fan, I read what its abilities were, and oh boy, does he cause some chaos. Dragon Scroll Fan is unable to attack. Wait, hold on. That huge projectile ability he blasts out does 0 damage? Well, I mean, he must be able to do something else. Oh, look, every 10 seconds it emits a tornado to repel color equals hashtag 3D240. Okay, who made this translation? I then created, Zhang Jingpi, who now happily tells me what he does, but don't worry, I already figured it out earlier in the video. I then created fat potatoes. Poor guy. Watermelon Katiushka? Ice Arrow Ash. Your name is Ash? And this is probably my favorite one. Nut Strong evolves into Nuts Are Extremely Strong, and then finally becomes Iron Armor is Extremely Strong. And with this team, everything is actually dying. Oh, here we go. But look, this is what stops me. You throw your imp, and it dies? Wait, and all the other gargantuas just instantly died, huh? Did I seriously just have to figure out what the flare tab did to make pea shooter like 1,000,000 times easier? Get rewards. I'm trying, man. Heading back to the world map, I decided to visit the store. And wait, cemetery? Why does Bob get his weapons from the cemetery? What do you know that we don't, Bob? Moving on to level 5, I went to make the Jinx combination. Or, I guess, compose? Yeah, that sucks. Combining high explosive potatoes with itself, as well as whatever snow pea is called in this game, we create explosive, I can't say the next word on YouTube. Then I went ahead and made snake hair peas. Unless China has some cool slang I'm not aware of, this plant features 0 snakes and 10 military grade Gatling turrets. I then made more things. I don't want to announce what everything is called in English, but I have to at least show you the King of Thunder. So the level began, and I'm not sure if this is a glitch, but it appears we now have a new zombie, being invisible zombie. This happened more than once whilst I was playing, so I seriously think this is an actual enemy, which in my opinion is just really lazy. I still think this is lazy. I retried the level making use of Fire God Peas, as well as, that's right, your guys' favorite combination, bodybuilding electric mouse. I also brought along Giant Stone Strong Pea and absolutely destroyed this level. Honestly, ever since I converted this game to English, it suddenly became a lot easier to understand. Who would have thunk? Checking in with the Summer Gala, it seems we've collected enough stars to receive 2 rare character pieces. I got Thorn again. So heading over to the plant tab, I upgraded Thorn to increase his attack by 5. However, he apparently still has no life. What a loser. In level 6, we revisited an old friend, being Explosion Treasure. He doesn't even look like a pirate. Well, I want to anyway. At this point, I was just experimenting with all the combinations which never had a chance to shine before. So as we took down more invisible zombies, all of a sudden... What the fuck is that thing? I didn't realize it was Bring Your Kid to Work Day. Where did these air-humping imps come from? This is the most disturbing zombie in the entire game. Why is it moving like that? So these zombie head humpers act as a sequel or a part 2 to the zombies they are currently riding. They basically jump off their dad after they've been killed and continue their job of being squished under Electro Mouse's pecs. Another thing I noticed in this translated version is that the zombies are somehow dodging my attacks. Have they been doing this since the start? Just weaving all my blows? Why can they do that? Despite my complaining, we got all 3 stars and moved on to level 7, dropping 3 explosion potatoes on the front lines. And I allowed Zhang Jingman to power up, letting him wipe out everything. Like literally every zombie. This meta is too powerful. We aren't even dealing with the Gargantuas anymore. They walk into the scene and are just instantly floored. The same thing went for level 8, level 9, and finally we made it to the last level of World 3. Before we enter the level though, I noticed I was rewarded a legendary character piece from the Summer Gala. Will we actually be able to bring Chomper into the final level? Of course not. Time for the boss fight again. So we went on, and just like the last few levels, we wiped out everything with this insanely overpowered loadout. I mean, this just feels like cheating. But before making it to the end, I almost forgot we had to face Zomboss in his Mario Kart again. Are you kidding me? Regardless, this was going to be a challenging battle. Never mind. And just like that, we were finished with World 3. But don't go anywhere just yet. Next week will most likely be the final episode of Pea Shooter. And to make the most of it, I will torture myself to make sure we have Mr. Cornman and Piranha Plant for next time, to make sure we have seen everything left in this game. So make sure you tune in, because it'll be officially the last time we cover this game on the channel. And trust me guys, you're going to want to stick around, as I have even more crazy PvZ series coming up on this channel next. So with all of that being said, make sure you leave a like to show your support, and I'll see you next time.